जैसे वो ये हो गया था क्या, अभी मीटिंग एंड हो गया था क्या? अच्छा आप म्यूट पे हो, यूर म्यूट।
हाँ जी, वो मैंने को-होस्ट का ऑप्शन स्टार्ट किया तो आई वाज नॉट एबल टू मेक इट, आई हैड टू स्टार्ट अगेन, तो मैंने फटाफट दोबारा स्टार्ट कर दिया। नाउ आई कैन मेक यू को-होस्ट, यू विल हैव ऑल द राइट्स, यू नो, जस्ट इन केस आपको शेयरिंग वगैरह यू वोंट हैव एनी इशू।
श्योर।
ओके, या
Hey.
All right, let's just keep an eye on Marcus in the waiting room there. Let's have a look here.
Okay, so I've checked the chat settings. It's going to come to the host only. I have given all of you co-host options, so you, all the co-hosts can talk, unmute themselves whenever they want or share screens. You can also make the other person host, co-host, or even pin them in case if a person is out. Okay. Anything else?
So Jaslin, with the speakers out there, the leaders, I mean, they can unmute themselves, right? That's not an
Yes.
issue.
I will make them co-host. Once I do that, then we don't have to worry. They can unmute themselves. I will just pin them so that I'll spotlight them so that we all can see them when they're talking.
Okay, so I think we
So
have to
videos
look
are
for.
off. I can't see any video.
So we have to look for CJ Peters, Joe Stroke, and CK Nadu.
Okay, okay. I'll keep my eye on that. I'll keep my eye on that. Phones on silent, not sound disturbance. What's the time? Okay, we have 5 more minutes. So I'll, do we put some screen on display when they enter, or which consa image, what image do we put?
If we can have a holding slide, then it will be good, I think, once while they're entering. If you can have a holding slide. Healy,
Okay.
watch the holding slide.
This one?
Sounds good.
ठीक है ना? Okay. Okay, as of now, I'll stop the share. Sachin, आपका network थोड़ा low दिखा रहा है इसमें.
Okay, I'll try and figure this out.
I think in another 1 minute, we will let everybody in.
We can allow everybody in now also, I think, because it's almost close to 6. And
yeah, ठीक है. I'll just share the screen and then allow everybody else. Okay.
I can see CK Nadu there in the waiting room.
Even you can admit them in case if you see them, because I've given you the co-hosting option, you can, or I will, let me just check. See, yeah, got it. Okay, yep. Done.
I'm nervous here about Marcus. I tell you, I hate it when, we had to do this through other people. Just makes me nervous.
It'll be fine. All the best, everybody. Okay, so I am admitting everybody now. Okay, so let's go on mute. Good evening, everyone. I'm very, very excited that you all have joined us today for this wonderful first time ever exclusive launch that we're doing for India with Healy Watch. I request you all to please be patient. We will be starting in another minute or two. Do inform all your team members if they have not joined in, they are going to miss out on something really big. Tell them to join us as soon as possible. Thank you. So once again, welcome everybody. We are starting our event now. So I would request to call on virtual stage our country sales manager, Sachin Gupta. Over to you.
Thanks. Thank you so much. I think I would first like to welcome all our leaders on this call today. I think this is a great opportunity. And, as your host for the day today, as country sales manager, Sachin Gupta, I would like to welcome you all for this exclusive launch of our new product, which has come up in our arsenal. I can tell you, we are entering into a phase in Healy wherein it's like Healy 2.0. हम हिली इवोल्यूशन की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं. I think if we talk about our new compensation plan, if we talk about our new business model, we talk about our new back office and SOP. I think there's a lot more things which is coming up in Healy now, and with this entire evolution, the change that is taking place, I think what can be a opportune time, what can be a better time, इससे बेहतर समय क्या हो सकता था जब इंडिया मार्केट में हम आपके लिए लेके आ रहे हैं एक ऐसी एक्सक्लूसिव प्रोडक्ट जो कि अपने आप में एक पूरा सेगमेंट है, एक अपने आप में पूरा वर्टिकल है. आई एम श्योर इस प्रोडक्ट के आने से आपकी 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 हाथें मजबूत होंगी, आपको और भी ताकत मिलेगी आपको बिजनेस को बड़ा करने के लिए. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट कि अगले 60 मिनट तक आप अपने सीट की पेटी को बांध ले, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू टेक यू थ्रू अ रोलर कोस्टर राइड, जहां पे अगले 60 मिनट हम फुल पैक्ड आपको लेके चलेंगे एक ऐसे अभियान की ओर, एक ऐसे जर्नी की ओर जहां पे हम आपको इस प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च की हर उस झलक के बारे में बताएंगे. लेट्स गेट रेडी एंड मूव अहेड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फैशन. ओके, आज एक बहुत ही खास मौका भी हमारे लिए. इट्स अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड अ ग्रेट मोमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, बिकॉज विद अस टुडे वी हैव समवन who is founder and inventor of time waver and Healy. He has extensive studies in physics and philosophy. He's author of 25 books which got translated into 10 languages. He is founder of IACR and ECR Institute of Consciousness and Research. I think he's someone who wants to make technology accessible to all the humans. He is, gentlemen, the owner of Time Waver and Healy Group. I think we are thankful to him for taking out his time today, and he's given a great influence on holistic well-being sector and has impacted all our lives today. I think it's a privilege and it's an honor for me to call upon virtual stage without further ado none other than our founder Marcus Smike, with a huge round of applause. Can we have Marcus Smike on this virtual screen? And stage is all yours, Marcus. Marcus, you're on mute.
Okay, thank you so much, Sachin, for your wonderful introduction and your very kind invitation to meet our Indian members today. I'm really so happy to be here with all of you, because I feel so much connected with India in my heart, because I've spent so much time there. And I would so much like to travel again to India. I'm so much looking forward, because it's something like my deeper I feel I'm born in Germany, but a second type of birth I experienced in India. So I'm now in Germany. I'm here at a beautiful lake, because we are in a region of Germany where Healy and Time Waver were invented. It's in North Germany. There's lots of lakes, and we have a beautiful summer here. So I'm speaking today here from the lake, and that's very significant, because water is such a beautiful element. It's the basis of life, and it's very much connected to what we are doing. It's connected to frequencies, and it's connected to the information field. And this concept of information field, which is underlying Healy, because we consider frequencies not just any material vibration, but a language of a much deeper reality, a language of life itself. And this deeper level we call information field. And I actually got this idea of calling it information field from my studies when I were in India, where I was studying the ancient Indian wisdom. And I spent many years as a monk in India, and I got to know the principle of Akar or Buddhi. which refers to a very deep layer of existence, which is still not yet discovered by science. Then the second, I would say, this Indian very deep knowledge and wisdom from India, it's one of the main sources behind Healy. The other main source is science itself. But science, it's still on its way to discover these depths of reality, which we need to understand if we want to understand life and consciousness. And if you want to understand how Healy works, you really need to understand all these different levels. So I have a great passion for science. And I studied physics in Heidelberg and I focused on quantum physics. But Healy really is not just a product of science, because science alone is not developed far enough yet to really understand it. So I had to combine it with this holistic, deep knowledge and wisdom from India. So it's kind of Healy very much connected to India. And then, of course, there are other sources, but these are really the two main sources which we have behind Healy. Also, the concept of frequencies, of being so fundamental for life and for our well-being and our health. This is also an idea from India, because there, from the Akash level, vibrations manifest, and these vibrations, they are creating all the communication between consciousness and matter. Basically, life is based on these vibrations and frequencies. So I try to translate this deep kind of spiritual knowledge, which I have found in India, into a scientific language. This was a big part of my work before I started with Healy. But Healy is really behind Healy is the intention to help the people on a very deep level, not just on the level of well-being and health, but going much deeper to the level of how we can develop our consciousness on this planet. Because I'm so much sure that the problems which we are facing on this planet all together, in terms of destroying the rainforest in the Amazonas region and all over the world, and polluting the water, the oceans, this is so dangerous for humanity. And I've just seen the last UN report that 850 million people are starving right now, don't have enough to eat. All these things would not be necessary or are completely unnecessary if we would change our consciousness. So that's the deep level we have to work on. And this is also the level where frequencies are coming from. And the ultimate goal is to really change the consciousness, because if we change our own consciousness, our body will be much more healthy. Our well-being will increase, our vitality, what is called prana in India, and chi in China. It depends on our consciousness, on our thoughts. And also this life on this planet would be look differently if we raise our collective consciousness. So this is behind Healy. And yeah, therefore I'm so happy to see you and at least have association with all of you indirectly through the Zoom call. And it's my special pleasure to launch or to announce the launch of the Healy Watch for India, because Healy is not alone. It's a center of the Healy universe. You can say the Healy world has a sun, and Healy is the sun. It's the center, but there are many planets around, and you will see in the future amazing development of a product family, all centered around Healy and frequencies. So that's Healy is always the center, because it does something which you don't find anywhere. You get the frequencies you need, but then the Healy Watch is one of the major planets of this Healy solar system. And the beauty about the Healy Watch is not just tracking the normal things that you find with other health trackers, but it's going very deeply into analyzing, first measuring and then analyzing the most important frequency of our organism. Everywhere in our body we find frequencies. In the brain, you have the alpha, beta, theta range. We are looking into this very deeply with Healy. We can understand the thoughts by analyzing the frequencies. And the cells have frequencies in all different functions, but the strongest and most important frequency is coming from here. It's coming from the heart. And the heartbeat, the frequencies which you find in the heartbeat, if you analyze your heartbeats for 1.5 or 5 minutes, they are representing all the influences on the heart coming from the upper part of the body, which is the brain, but it's also the different energy centers we have here. Like in India, it's called chakras. And the heart is the central chakra. It's the fourth chakra. So there are 3 above and 3 below. And chakra is not just a traditional term from the spiritual wisdom, but it's a very scientific term, because the chakras correspond to different aspects of our nervous system and to the glands of our endocrine system, where the hormones are produced. And this psycho, neuro, endocrino immunological axis, which is going through our body, this has been known already hundreds and thousands of years by this old wisdom traditions. So we are able to measure these frequencies in the heartbeat, and from there we can see what actually is influencing our heart, coming from all the different glands and nervous systems, and we can get a deep insight into our well-being, into our relaxation, and especially the balance which we need to keep up health and well-being. So having the watch, you can do these measurements and understand your heart rate variability and go deeper into this. And there is a very good news, because we're launching the app now, Healy with an app. Sorry, the Healy watch with an app. And with this app, you can get very important 6 vital parameters for your well-being and health. But in September or October this year, we will launch a new app, and all of you which get the watch now, we will have the same app. So you don't have to buy it additionally, and it will give much deeper insights into all the spectral analysis of the heart rate variability, which can be measured by the Healy watch, which actually has a long tradition in India, because if you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, probably most of you have visited one, he will touch your arm and he will measure your pulse. And the pulse is exactly the frequency we are talking about. And then he can, this kind of pulse readers, they very scientifically can understand and analyze the different frequencies and also the phase within the pulse. So this is the same thing we are doing technically by analyzing the HRV. So it's something really beautiful to explore. It's so practical. If you can again and again check your balance, your stress level, your heart rate variability, and you can track how it develops, for example, by using Healy. Now, the idea is you're improving your well-being. And we had this beautiful randomized controlled trials with using Healy, with using the frequency module, with using the resonance module. And it showed that, yes, even in a randomized controlled trial, we see the improvement. But it's nice to watch it also from this measurement, from the heart rate variability, and so on. And from the 6 parameters, this most important 6 parameters, which you get from doing a 1.5 minute well-being scan with the watch on the basis of the ECG, the Healy watch is actually calculating which Healy programs in this moment are most effective to be applied, which are most personalized to your situation in this very moment. In 2 weeks, it already might be different. So you can do this, even every day you can do this analysis, and the Healy Watch Connector app will tell you number 1, number 2, and number 3 Healy programs from your Healy programs, which you have in your app, which are the most fitting for this day. And we have created a small challenge for this. And I think it's starting next week. I believe next week the launch in India will start. And then I believe everyone who is ordering a Healy edition, he will have a Healy watch for free. Is this true? I'm just asking someone who's here with me, and I just shortly want to show you him to you. It's someone very, very, very important in the Healy world universe. It's our CEO and President, Christian Dorner.
Hi, everyone. Hello, Healy World family. It's so excited watching and listening to your launch and special call today, because as you heard, Marcus, the watch is completing your Healy universe. And this is exactly what we need. I know you are all waiting that you can get back to business. And I promise you, the team is working very, very hard. Next week, we will kick off Healy Evolution, Healy 2.0, as you heard from Sachin already. And as of then, you know, we have built the base that you can build an amazing business over in India. And until then, until we see us in person, I wish you all the best success and sending inspirational greetings here from this beautiful place in Germany.
Thank you, Christian. We are just spending a little time together here today and discussing about very important future projects and how we can improve everything in Healy World. So in a relaxed atmosphere, especially surrounded by water, as I was mentioning in the beginning, water is so deeply connected with the information feed, because water is all in all our body, and the frequencies which we are applying is creating a kind of a holistic order in the water. So water is in all our cells, it's in our brain, and having pure water to drink is very important, and pure rivers and lakes to bathe in. I remember when I was a monk in India, I liked to swim over the Ganges around 150 kilometers upwards from Calcutta at Navadvip, and yes, water wasn't so clean, but there was still I liked enjoy the swimming. All right, so the challenge which will be connected. So if you get your watch starting hopefully next week, so you will unpack it, you have your Healy, and you are starting the app, or you are installing the app and then starting the app of the watch. So the question is, what will you do with it? So in this challenge we are starting in this month, for 14 days, you do every day, let's say 90 seconds measurement with the ECG function, and you will get all the 6 parameters. And according to them, you have the best 2 programs which Healy recommends to you, and you can do it within 24 hours, both programs. And then next day, the best is at the same time, do the measurement again, and you will have maybe the same, but maybe already a little different individualized programs, and do it for 14 days. And we want to know how you develop your well-being by a survey, a questionnaire before and after. So that's the challenge. So when you get your watch hopefully next week it starts, and I think the new members which are subscribing, they will get it for free with the Healy editions. So you and they will immediately know how to use the Healy watch for 2 weeks. And if I believe if you did it for 2 weeks, you will not start it again. It's such a beautiful complementation to Healy. So I think I took already more of the time. I was asked to speak 10 minutes. I'm so sorry, but I'm really so happy to be here with you. And I'm giving back the microphone to Sachin.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. It is always pleasure to have you. And we all across in India would never mind you overshooting on your time. I think also I believe this is the first time you're addressing the Indian audience live here on a product launch, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to hear from you live. I think indeed I'm overwhelmed, and I'm also overwhelmed particularly because when you spoke about Kolkata to Navadvip, the place where I belong to and I come from, I think it gave me goosebumps, and I was like so excited and overwhelmed with that. So thank you very much for sharing your vision.
And I so much I'm always almost planning traveling to India, because I this year accepted to become adjunct professor at the Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya University in Haridwar, and I'm organizing courses for them on quantum physics and consciousness, and like to visit them and go towards the Himalaya mountains. I have visited so many places there, so I'm really looking forward to come. And if I'm visiting my university, I please arrange a big meeting with all our members in India.
Sure, absolutely. We look forward for that particular opportunity, and it will be a pleasure to have you in India. And I think the way you connected and the way you spoke about, the spiritual aspect of Indian side and the chakras, and the way you connected so well, and not just the science part of it as far as Healy is concerned. I think it gives us so much confidence. I think we all go by your vision. Thank you, Marcus, for joining us and giving us your perspective and vision around it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pranams.
Thank you. Great. As we move on, so I think we had our founder Marcus Mike speaking to us. I think I am overwhelmed. I think I am at loss of word at having heard Marcus, and I'm sure you would be having the same feeling. But I will have to move ahead with the show, and I think it's time. अब वो समय आ गया है जब हम आपके सामने उस प्रोडक्ट को अनवील करना चाहेंगे. I think this is not just a product. I think to me it's a digital revolution. I think it is based on one of the advanced technologies. I think this is something which you can have on your wrist. This is something which is going to give you immense personal power. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the Healy watch. And can we have AV please to take you through the product?
We are currently experiencing the next stage of the digital revolution. What if we don't compromise on innovation? What if we had more? Calm down. You can. What if, in addition to navigating, controlling music, and checking fitness data, or incoming notifications and emails, one of the key features is actually reading your heart? Thanks to this advanced technology on heart activity sensing and analyzing that was only available by hospital equipment. What if it's now on your wrist? Turn it on. It knows which Healy frequency programs work best at any moment. Experience greater personal power, clarity, peace, love, and happiness with Healy Watch. Turn it on. It's a question of time.
I think, yes. So here presenting to you the Healy watch, I think one of the most revolutionary product that we have come across in the India market. And I'm sure the day we start the sale of it, you will all, go for it all out, grab it. And I'm sure you'll experience the entire amazing aspects of this Healy watch. And I'm sure as we move ahead, we would also like you to, have a brief understanding about the product. And I thought, who can be a better person than our own Jasleen Kaur, who is a residential product specialist. She is a powerhouse and a fountainhead of knowledge on events, on marketing. I think, I think she would be the right person to deal with this. So leaders, to take you forward, to detail you about the product, we'd like to invite on virtual screen our sales and event support coordinator, Jasleen Kaur. Can we have a round of applause for Jasleen? Jasleen, stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Sachin. I'm so happy to be here. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ आज आपके साथ ये watch का launch share करने के लिए. It is so beautiful listening to Sachin and listening to Marcus. I think it was a double-decker special appearance with Christian also joining us. I think सोने पे सुहागा हो गया. And most of the details of the watch have already been covered so beautifully by Marcus. But मैं थोड़ा सा in my own words, I would like to highlight the features of this beautiful product that we are going to receive in our hands. है ना? So before we move into the product, ये common disclaimer हर जगह, we always go with this. I request you all to please read out the disclaimer to yourself and not claim anything which is not a part of this particular slide. Okay, so to हमारा Healy watch है, it is not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose or prevent disease, but to support vitality and well-being. ठीक है? Please do not claim anything else. अब जब हम बात करते हैं इस प्रोडक्ट के लिए, तो व्हाई डू वी नीड अ हीली वॉच, राइट? सो हील एडवाइजर completely agrees on these 3 pillars. इस 3 pillars में न्यूट्रिशन फॉर लाइफ हमको दिया गया है विद डिजिटल न्यूट्रिशन एप्लीकेशन, जो हमेशा हमारे साथ है टू फुलफिल आवर न्यूट्रिशन रिक्वायरमेंट्स. We also have the best magical device Healy, जो पहले शायद सिर्फ बड़े बड़े डिवाइसेस में पॉसिबल था. Now we have something so magical with us all the time to give us the best frequencies for our life. And अब इसको कैसे complete किया जाए? This is getting completed with the third and the most important pillar to this is the motion, exercise. आपकी बॉडी के लिए एक्सरसाइज भी उतनी ही जरूरी है जितना न्यूट्रिशन और फ्रीक्वेंसीज, एंड हमारा हीली वॉच विल डू जस्ट दैट, है ना? सो किसी भी प्रोडक्ट को, स्पेसिफिकली एनी टेक्निकल प्रोडक्ट, व्हेन वी बाय, व्हेन वी यूज, हमको हमेशा एक ड्रॉबैक होता है. विल इट बी इजी टू यूज? ओके, आई हैव टू हैव मोर पासवर्ड्स, आई हैव टू कनेक्ट एवरीथिंग. वो आपकी सबसे बड़ी समस्या हम दूर करते हैं. सो वी हैव दिस हील एडवाइजर क्लाउड. All the apps and all the devices of Healy will be connected with this cloud. इसमें हमारे पास एक एक्सपर्ट डेटाबेस है. वी ऑल्सो हैव रेवोल्यूशनरी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. ये जब साथ में काम करता है, सो दिस गिव्स यू द सीमलेस एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ Healy. सो आपको किसी की टेंशन नहीं होगी, ओके आई हैव टू रिमेम्बर मोर पासवर्ड, या मैं एक से दूसरी जगह अपनी प्रोफाइल कैसे शेयर करूं. ऑल दैट इज pre-done. You have to be completely worry free. ठीक है? So अब जब हम थोड़ा सा डिटेल बात करेंगे, actually I had planned to share a lot, but in simple terms, Marcus has already explained the most important features. But I'll quickly take you through what is the highlights of this product. हम ज्यादा टेक्निकलिटीज में नहीं जाएंगे, लेकिन we have many other sessions planned for you, जिसमें हम आपको डेमोज भी देंगे और आपको expert sessions, we'll present those for you where you can get to know about the product in and out. ठीक है? Coming to the watch, क्यों चाहिए आपको watch? I'm sure when you meet your friends, you like to know them. When you have your family, you like to know them. But how many of you know your own body? Right? So when we feel that we are going to live with us, right? We are our own company forever. So we should know our own body. And this watch will help us know your body, will help you know your body. इसमें बहुत important parameters हैं, important features हैं, जो आपकी body से communicate करके आपकी body के important वाइटल स्ट्रक्चर्स को, वाइटल स्टैटिस्टिक्स को लोड करता है, एंड उसके बेसिस पे इट आल्सो गिव्स यू अदर बेनिफिट्स. सो आपके स्क्रीन पे आपको दिख रहा है, इट मेजर्स योर स्लीप, योर ब्रेथ, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली आपकी जो फ्रीक्वेंसी मेजरमेंट ऑफ द बायोएनर्जेटिक फील्ड, व्हिच इज नॉट प्रेजेंट इन एनी अदर स्मार्ट वॉच. सो डू नॉट कंपेयर दिस विद एनी अदर स्मार्ट वॉच, क्योंकि जो भी बाकी वॉचेस में है वो तो इसमें है, बट दिस हैज much more than what anything else can give you. Rightly said by Sachin, the future is here. This is the future of smartwatch. So इस product का जो खासियत है, finding the right balance between the body, mind and soul. So इस वॉच के हिसाब से जैसे ये वॉच आपको जानने लगती है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली इट कनेक्ट्स विद योर हीली ऐप एंड फाइंड सूटेबल प्रोग्राम्स. Like a person like me, new to Healy, I was actually thinking कि 100+ programs हैं, which one should I actually use? So that worry is taken care of. So if you do not know what you can use or what is the right program for you, knowing your body with Healy watch will help you find your suitable programs. I am pretty pumped up about this. So ये कैसे करता है? How is this simple watch able to do so much? I'm sure you all must be wondering, correct? So इसको अगर आप steps में देखेंगे तो सबसे पहला step है measuring. So हमारे पास latest hardware है, need not to actually mention that, giving you high precise measurements. जिस measurements के लिए you actually have to go for bigger machines or bigger hospitals, you can do that simply with a complete accuracy with your watch. Once ये measuring हो जाती है, next analyzing. So इतनी सारी जो आपकी डेटा है उसको एनालाइज कैसे करते हैं? वी अगेन हैव sophisticated, high precision algorithms. These are again created by international experts. Okay, so is way mein we ensure that the measuring gives you the right analyzing, and is analyzing ke baad ये product connects with the watch app and gives you the right programs. तो अगले एक हफ्ते के लिए, so it gives you a weekly check where you can see which programs are suggested for the next 7 days or for the next week. And उसके बाद ये आपकी body की progress को भी check करेगा, and it will show, it will check the effect on your body, and you can track that progress on your screens. So measuring में again, जैसे मार्कस ने आपको बताया कि इसमें we can measure some very important statistics like your bioenergetic rhythm analysis, your BPA pulse analysis, infrared analysis, आपका heart rate, which is very important. Heart is the center, right? Stress level and also your sleep. Stress level की जब बात करूं, from the last 4 to 5 years, everywhere I hear about stress. You know, people are stressed. But how do you exactly know whether you're actually having stress or not? वो तो सिर्फ हमको mentally पता चलेगा, right? This will actually help you figure out your level of stress as well, जो कि आज के time के लिए बहुत बहुत जरूरी है. Okay, so analyzing those 6 balance parameters you can see on your screens right now, they are all measured and then evaluated with our expert algorithms, which can never go wrong, right? Finally, after the measuring and analyzing, इसको कैसे connect करेंगे? We connected with finding the Healy programs. तो एक बहुत ही बढ़िया communication channel है, right? So there is a communication channel between your body, the watch, and then the watch to the Healy device, and finally the Healy device to your body. So it's a closed channel जो एकदम साथ में synergistically काम करेगा, which will actually speak to each other and also help you with finding the right balance. लेकिन एक चीज जरूर ध्यान रखें that some of these features will be on subscription basis going forward. It will not be preloaded like how it used to be always. But I actually see this as I actually see this as more business. I actually see this as an mode of effectively utilizing all the programs that we want. ठीक है? और क्या खासियत है इसमें अगर आप मुझसे पूछोगे तो इसमें है आपके organ clock. So this organ clock is completely based on traditional Chinese medicine. So ये right program किस time पे किस active organ पे आप use करें, it will show you. So it actually shows the time clock with the organ कि which time which organ is actually detoxifying and which program actually will be fit for that particular time. उसके बाद obviously, as I told you, this watch also has the features of all the other smartwatches, but obviously this is just an add-on. What is more important is what we've actually already seen. We cannot carry our smartphone everywhere. मैंने जब presentation start किया था, मैंने बोला था कि this is actually going to be our new best friend, you know, who is going to be with us always. Even when we are sleeping, you know, we cannot maybe sleep with our phone, right? Even when we are walking, running, keeping the phone with us is difficult. लेकिन एक simple watch 24/7 आप अपने साथ रख सकते हो, which can show you all the things that you see on the screen. आपके incoming messages, your calls, weather report, music player control, everything, anything that you ask for, you know, in most of these smart watches, you will find here. Okay, and very importantly, like Sachin rightly mentioned, that this product is going to give you more power. Okay, so for India, for specifically women, मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि मैं कितनी खुश हूँ to know that I have this SOS function with me. So obviously it's applicable for men, women, everyone. In any emergency, if you feel you do not have your phone next to you, or if you're injured, you can set a predefined emergency contact. तो आपके settings में आप अपना एक contact set कर सकते हैं, जिसको अगर if you long press on this watch, your message and your location goes to your emergency contact. इससे ज़्यादा what else do we want, right? So use this function whenever. I hope हमको इसकी ज़रूरत ना ही पड़े, but this will always be there, giving us more power, giving us more independence and freedom. ठीक है? So I know it's a new product. I'm sure most of you might be having a lot of doubts also, but since launch hai, utna time nahi hai, I have curated some important questions जो मुझे लगता है आपके काम आएंगे. But again, do not worry. We have continuous weekly trainings. We will also have weekly recognitions which will come starting from the next week, जहाँ पे हम इतना deep dive करेंगे into the watch that you know it from A to Z. Okay? So अगर आपकी Healy watch app से connect नहीं कर रही है, तो what to do? So please check if your battery is charged. Your Healy watch should be located near the smartphone, ज़्यादा दूर नहीं होना चाहिए, and also ensure कि किसी दूसरे smartphone से connected ना हो. Okay? SOS feature, मेरा favorite feature. कैसे इसको यूज कर सकते हो? So once you press and hold it for 5. Yes, Sachin. Hello.
Please continue. We lost you. Yeah, we lost you. Please continue.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. I'll just maybe switch off my video for some time. Okay. Yeah. So the SOS feature is very simple. आपको सिर्फ अपने watch पे long press करना है for 5 seconds and it is going to do the wonders. How to turn off or on? ये भी बहुत simple है. Once you to turn off the Healy watch, functions पे जाके turn off button पे press करो for 2 seconds और switch on करने के लिए बस उसको charge पे लगा दो, connected to a USB socket. It will automatically switch on and start charging. आपके Healy watch का Bluetooth range कितना है? The Bluetooth range is around 15 to 18 meters. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं है. इसको देखने के लिए whether it's connected or not, you can check the connection indicator on the top left corner of the Healy watch device. ये I'm sure बहुत important question होगा कि is the Healy watch waterproof? To be honest, even when you're taking bath, when you're showering, you can keep the watch on, but not for longer periods. Obviously, जब बारिश हो रही है या अगर आप swimming कर रहे हो या diving कर रहे हो, do not keep it for that long. But definitely short intervals of time के लिए, it can definitely sustain water. There are no programs shown under Healy Connect. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका watch app is not suggesting you some programs, तो मतलब आपने अपना BRA measurement नहीं किया है. Only once you complete your BRA measurement, you will receive the recommended program for 7 days. Finally, if you feel आपके Healy watch app पे कोई data नहीं आ रहा है, तो do check अगर आपका watch or app connected है कि नहीं है, because sometimes it's possible that it's not connected and you're struggling with looking at the information. Okay, so मेरे FAQs इधर खत्म होते हैं, but as I said, we will be taking all the questions that you have in our upcoming sessions and we will ensure you use this product and know it A to Z. Before I move on and head over and give it back to our host Sachin, please keep in touch. आपको पता है हम बहुत सारा तैयारी कर रहे हैं आपके लिए, बहुत अलग-अलग से programs devise कर रहे हैं, but if you want to know about all of this, you should be having the right communication with us. So follow us on social media. Instagram पे हमारा account है, Facebook पे we have a closed group only for members. Telegram also we have, where we are continuously sharing our invites and our messages. All these individual links अभी मैं आपके साथ chat पे share करूंगी. Please cascade it as much as possible to your team members and join us for this Healy evolution. Okay, so that's all from my side. Over to Sachin.
Thank you, Jasleen. Thank you so much for such a wonderful insight on the product. I'm sure all of us here are, are getting goosebumps. All of us are so excited. I think we are so happy to see, such a strong product coming all our way. And I think we can't just wait for that actually. Great. We also thought like that it's a great opportunity for us while we are talking about the product, its features, its benefit. Why not hear from someone who have already experienced it? And hence we thought, let's invite our international leaders on the call and also hear out from them about their experiences, their likes and preferences about the Healy watch. So we would like to have a few quick experiences coming from our international leaders, and to talk about that. The first leader whom I would like to call upon on the virtual screen is someone who is joining us from London, and he has built up a considerable
Sachin, can you hear us? I think I'll just pick up what he was saying there. I think the first person that we'll introduce onto the call is an amazing leader out of London, Mr. C.K. Naidu. Brother, if you can jump off mute and just share a little bit with us, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Hey, good evening, all. Good evening, India. Thank you, Mark and Sachin, and Jaslyn Kaur has done an amazing job. बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से इसके बारे में समझाया है जसलिन जी ने. I've been using it for 1.5 years now, and ये तकरीबन आपका lifestyle एकदम change कर सकता है. This can actually change your lifestyle. जैसा आपका deep sleep का analysis है. Next day morning आप जब देखेंगे, light sleep, shallow sleep, and deep sleep. The more you have, actually, the deep sleep is actually the one where the body is repairing itself, and then the brains and the cell and all of that. So डीप स्लीप आपका जितना ज्यादा है उतना बेहतरीन तरीके से आपका बॉडी आपको. तो नेक्स्ट डे अगर आप देखेंगे डीप स्लीप 15 मिनट है, उसको किस तरीके से बड़ा कर सकते हैं. सोने से पहले हम लोग ने क्या खाया है, कैसा विचार सोच के विचार के साथ में हम लोग सोने के लिए गया है. तो इस प्रकार से थोड़ा सा चेंजेस आपका लाइफस्टाइल में ले आएंगे, तो स्लोली आपका डीप स्लीप का आपको अंदाजा, आपको मतलब आपका जो मेजरमेंट्स आपका बॉडी अंदर से क्या कह रहा है, ये सब कुछ आपको नेक्स्ट डे क्लियरली आपको रिपोर्ट्स में मिल जाएगा. So not only that, I was talking to one of these diamond merchant in Surat. He's always worried for his 4 children till they come back from school. अब तो ये even I'm dealing with one charity who is actually dealing with the acid victims in India. So वो सभी लोग ने कहा ये तो बेहतरीन चीज है. In all those situations, the first thing that happens is the victim's mobile phone is taken off. Nothing to worry with this. अगर से आपने 4 लोगों को आप इस तरीके से, एक पुलिस और एक 3 फैमिली मेंबर्स को आपने प्री लोड मैसेज डाल दिया है, सिर्फ ऐसा करके ऐसा टच किया, तुरंत 4 लोगों को वो मैसेज चला जाता है, इंक्लूडिंग a photograph taken from the front and the back rear cameras from your mobile phone with that message with your GPS locations. तो उसने बोला भैया हीली तो है ही है, तो उसके साथ में तो इसके लिए तो हम लोग बेताब इंतजार कर रहा है. तो इसके लिए all the charities and so many things. Not only that, the body clockwork, the body clock, आपको कौन सा समय में कौन सा ऑर्गन रिपेयर के लिए जा रहा है, गाल ब्लैडर, हार्ट, लिवर, तो उस समय में उस प्रोग्राम को अगर आप साथ साथ में शुरू कर देंगे तो दोनों बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से काम कर सकता है. एंड आई हैव ए फ्रेंड हु इज अ डॉक्टर. उसने जब वो ईसीजी रिपोर्ट देखा है, ये तो बेहतरीन चीज है, ये तो इसके साथ में हम लोग एनालिसिस कर सकता है. तो इसका जो ईसीजी रिपोर्ट है, व्हाट्सएप, ईमेल, सबके साथ में आप आपका डॉक्टर को भेज सकता है, और वो भी कोई फर्क नहीं है, कोई बड़ा वाला मशीन से जो ईसीजी रिपोर्ट है इसके साथ में पूरा आपको एनालिसिस कर सकता है. एंड आई थिंक दिस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट. भारत में कहा जाता है आपका हेल्थ आपका मुट्ठी में. अभी तो आपका हेल्थ आपका मुट्ठी के साथ साथ में इसके साथ में पूरा एनालिसिस आपको एक रिपोर्ट क्लियर कट मिल जाएगा. आई थिंक दिस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट दैट एक्चुअली हैज हैपेंड. Thank you, Sachin. Jaslyn Kaur, you have done an amazing job, explanation and all. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. C.K. Naidu. Always a pleasure to have you on the call. Love your energy, love your passion, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much. The next gentleman I'm going to introduce onto the call is another leader instrumental in the growth of Healy in India. He's a wonderful human being. It's a pleasure I introduced onto the call Mr. Joss Struick. Joss, if you can jump off mute and just share a little bit with us, would be so appreciative. Thank you, sir.
Sure, Mark. Thank you very much for inviting me and sharing my experiences with the Healy watch. Like CK, because we work together very closely. Like CK, I have my watch since 1.5 years, December 2019. And what I would like to focus on in this short presentation is that the Healy watch very much focuses on your stress levels connected to your heart. And we know stress is a silent killer. And the great thing with the parameters that the watch is measuring is that it shows you your stress levels, your rigidity levels, and things like that. And not only that, it gives you a 7-day schedule of programs, combining the regular Healy programs with the special watch programs. So a 7-day schedule that you can apply to see how you can lower your stress levels. So for me, that is one of the things, apart from the measuring the sleep, which is very important, but especially that focus on stress and relieving stress in combination with all the other Healy programs. So I think it's a great addition in combination with all the other beautiful programs that Healy has. And I'm happy that India at last is going to get the Healy watch, but also the digital nutrition, because that completes the whole spectrum of a very important programs that we have within the Healy family.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much for sharing. Love the insights that you have about the watch, its practicality, its functionality. And, I bet you and Mr. CJ are sharing heart rates and blood pressure and all sorts of things just to keep yourselves in check. But with what's going to happen in India, I bet your blood pressure is going to go through the roof. So that's probably a good measure of blood pressure at this point. So thank you so much for sharing, sir. Greatly appreciate you. The next gentleman I'm going to introduce onto the call is a gentleman who needs no introduction. He's a massive inspiration everywhere that he does go. I can't help but always notice that every time I'm talking to him is in a different country, doing something different, but no doubt it's always about expanding Healy around the world. It's with pleasure that I get to introduce a superstar leader in our organization, Mr. CJ Peters. Sir, if you can share your story with us, we'd be most appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah, well, Mark, thank you for the introduction, and welcome, India, this time from Bucharest, Romania, so another country. I have to keep up the standards with Mark, sorry. And I'm so happy that we are able to launch this Healy watch today into the India market, because it will be such a great asset to all of your businesses. And therefore, I was asked, to share some testimonials about my personal testimonials about from the watch with you. But I wanted to do it slightly different. I will share my testimonials from the business side of things, because from the product side of things, you will get a lot of testimonials very, very quickly into the India market. But you can use the watch so gratefully to build your business, because everybody knows a wellness tracker, a fitness tracker, like, I don't know if I can call it, but an Apple Watch, a Samsung Watch, or a Fitbit. So I did 3, so it's no advertisement now. What makes our Healy watch so special? Because you will face people out there that say, yeah, well, why is your watch different than my Apple Watch? Or why is my watch different, your watch different than my Fitbit tracker? Well, it's very simple. What they all can do is measure, because that's what they're made for, right? What some of them can do is measure that, or analyze, that is what they measure, but not every wellness tracker can do that. But what none of them can do, and that's where we are unique, is that we have the connection from our watch with our Healy through the app. So whatever the watch is detecting, we can immediately go to the Healy device, and it will give you an advice what programs to use to solve whatever the watch has detected. And that is something that no other device in the world can do. And that sets us so far apart from anything else, because whether we like it or not, people will compare us with other wellness trackers. And this is the way, in my opinion, the right answer for people to understand why is the Healy watch so different from any other wellness tracker that's out there. Another thing that we did, because in Europe we have the Healy watch a little bit longer, And is that we compared the results from the Healy watch to results taken in the hospital with hospital equipment. And we found that there was a deviation between the results from the watch and the hospital equipment of less than 5%, which is basically nothing. So that is how accurate it is. And you saw it in the movie, in that little video that we played in the beginning, that it is similar to what hospital equipment does. So again, try to see if you can figure out what the deviation of those other wellness trackers out there is. And I promise you, it is way more than 5%. So if you want to have an accurate measurement what's happening in your body, the Healy watch is the thing to have. And for your business, it is so easy to get in communication with people over the watch, because you could say to people, hey, do you know wellness trackers? And everybody says, yeah, well, here's my Apple Watch, here's my Fitbit, whatever they say to you. And you say, okay, that's awesome. I have one question for you. Do you get paid to refer that device to other people? No, of course not. See, well, now I got some news for you, because if you buy the Healy watch and you refer it to other people, man, you're going to get paid so well for that. See, it is so easy. And the thing is, if you use the Healy watch as an intro for your business, guess what they will buy after the Healy watch? The Healy device, of course, because you can use it as a standalone measuring. That's okay, but then you don't use the Healy watch to the fullest. But if you do it in combination with the Healy, man, this is so powerful. But what do you need to have to use it in combination with the Healy? The Healy, of course. See, so if you figure this one out, and I try to help you a little bit on your way, if you figure this one out, this is so powerful. And that's why I'm so excited for the India market, because you guys will figure it out. I'm pretty sure of it. And we will see an explosion of sales in the watch. That's the first thing. But we will see a tsunami in sales with the Healy afterwards. I promise, you mark my words. And that being said, I give it back to you, Mark. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. CJ Peters. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your insights. And thank you for just making it really practical and simple to understand, how we are able to differentiate ourselves from everything that else is out there. I mean, you can always be a copycat, but you can never be a Healy. And that's what I love about what your message was today. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for being on the call here today. So team, as we prepare to wrap up the call here today, I just wanted to close with just sharing a couple of things with you. First and foremost, I wanted to welcome you all